of Donald Trump, the man voted least edible by Cannibal magazine 6 years in a row. And I note, Donald Trump, America's wealthiest hemorrhoid. Because
the world is laughing at us, folks. The whole world is laughing at us. They're laughing at this, at what's going on in our country. The world laughs at us, folks. The world laughs at us. We're not going to be a laughing stock like we have been, and we have been, believe me.
Oh, we're not going to be a laughing stock anymore, huh? It is insane that Trump, this guy, thought he would end the laughter. It's like a flamingo in boxer shorts named Phineas J. Rocket Dump ran for president under the slogan, "Time to get serious."
John Oliver just pulled off what no amount of hair gel ever could, obliterating Donald Trump and his so-called master plan, Project 2025. And this wasn't just another Trump said something ridiculous moment. Oh no, this was a full-scale comedic airstrike, leaving Trump's Twitter fingers shaking like a toddler after their first sip of espresso.
Donald Trump, Rome burning in man form, the imploding star that is Donald Trump, the owner of what you might describe as resting rich face. Donald Trump essentially opened his mouth and exhaled a swarm of locusts.
First things first, let's talk about how Trump actually gets his information. You'd think the leader of the free world would rely on top intelligence briefings, right? Wrong. Instead, Trump treats Fox News like a fortune teller reading tea leaves, basing his policies on whatever wild take Tucker Carlson's eyebrows are delivering that morning. Case in point, he once insisted that the unemployment rate wasn't 4.9%, but actually 42%. That's like saying, I bombed my math test, so clearly numbers just aren't real anymore. At this point, Trump isn't just bad at math. He's out here making up numbers like a kid pretending they can count past 10. Loving this. Smash that subscribe button and stay ahead of the drama. Now, let's talk Project 2025, Trump's big plan to reshape America. Translation, less make America great again, more make America a Trump-branded circus. Picture this, judges fired for not praising his tie, Congress swapped for beauty pageant judges, and the White House turned into a Mar-a-Lago VIP lounge. It's not governance, it's a reality show where loyalty is the ticket and Trump is the only winner. And guess what? That's exactly the future he wants.
Trump is basically an insult comic writ large. It is hard to imagine a philanthropic event he'd be better suited for, other than, of course, a charity groping booth. And yet, somehow, he completely lost the...
Oliver's takedown of the plan felt like a magician revealing the secret behind a trick, except instead of pulling a rabbit from a hat, it's Trump cramming classified documents into his pockets. And the plan? A complete power grab. Trump gets absolute control, silences anyone who opposes him, and turns the government into his personal monopoly board, where every property is already stamped with his name.
And our press is at least currently free enough that I can routinely do this. Donald Trump, America's wealthiest hemorrhoid, America's walking, talking brush fire, Rome burning in man.
Trump's response? Oh, it's not just any comeback. It's a calculated move, wrapped in secrecy and disguised as something entirely different.
Elon and the White House run like a buzzsaw through multiple agencies. It is worth noting that Musk has an active interest in what does and doesn't get cut. His companies have as many as 100 contracts with 17 different federal agencies. SpaceX alone holds about $22 billion in government contracts. And his companies are regulated by some of the very agencies now under attack. At least 11 agencies have more than 32 continuing investigations, pending complaints, or enforcement actions into Musk's companies. But don't panic. The White House has reassured everybody there is nothing to worry about here.
If Elon Musk comes across a conflict of interest with the contracts and the funding that Doge is overseeing, then Elon will excuse himself from those contracts.
Oh, well, that is great to hear. Thank goodness for that, although I will say...
So, at the end of the day, what's really going on here? Is this just another political chess move? Or is there something much bigger at play? One thing's for sure, this story isn't over. Not by a long shot, but hey, what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's keep this conversation going.